Have you ever wondered how Mark Ruffalo felt when Marvel painted him green for his role as the Hulk? It had to be itchy and hot, right? Throughout Hollywood history, there have been actors and actresses that just flat out didn't like their costumes for one reason or another. Here are 10 actors and actresses who despised their costumes. Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man. If there's one thing the Spidey costume is besides awesome, it's tight. Like, really tight. If you've ever worn Lycra biking gear, then you can imagine how it must have felt to walk down the street. The only difference is that Andrew Garfield has paparazzi hounding him constantly, taking less than flattering shots of, well, everything. Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is one of the most popular actresses out there today, especially with her role in the Wonder Woman movie. But Gal has a few things to say about the costume. Notably how tight it is. According to her, she could barely breathe when the costume team dressed her because of the way that they set up the riggings. That said, the costume is both honoring the Amazonian warrior roots of the character while amping up the sex appeal. Costume or no costume, it's Gal's talents that'll make or break the movie. Rebecca Roman in X-Men. While she might have made a wonderful Mystique, Rebecca Roman was not pleased with her costume. To tell the truth, there was no costume. It was just makeup. Applying the trademark blue Mystique paint took 4 women a bit under 8 hours to complete, and even then, it required touching up throughout the day. Rebecca filmed her parts totally nude, despite having full body paint. She even stated in an interview that she was in denial about it, embarrassed that she was the only one who didn't get to wear a costume. Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern. Bet you thought we'd talk about Deadpool, didn't you? Ryan Reynolds' love for the Deadpool character and his costume, the big red body condom as he calls it, is well known. The Green Lantern costume, on the other hand, is entirely CGI. During filming, Reynolds actually wore a motion capture suit the entire time, an experience that he called absolutely brutal. Christopher Mintz-Plasse in Kick-Ass. Christopher Mintz-Plasse rose to fame for Superbad, but most comic book geeks know him for his role as Chris D'Amico in Kick-Ass, where he co-starred with Chloe Moritz. Of course, his costume in the second film was a bit eye-raising. The bondage gear, according to him, was a pain in the ass to wear, literally. We'll let you figure out what he means by that. It shouldn't be too difficult given the amount of leather and spikes in that outfit. Ouch. Olivia Munn in X-Men Apocalypse. The world has waited a long time for a proper Psylocke costume, but maybe some things shouldn't be too accurate. Olivia Munn has lamented the difficulty involved in getting into her too tight costume. According to Munn, the costume team has to lubricate both her and the costume before she's able to slide into it, and the first time she wore the costume, it broke in a couple of indelicate places. Maybe a size bigger would help. Scarlett Johansson in Avengers. Black Widow may be a lot of people's favorite character, but it was not Scarlett's favorite role. According to her, the costume felt quite similar to a wetsuit, so hot that she would have to wring her socks out at the end of the day. In fact, her costume was so hot that she came close to a heat stroke in several fight scenes. It makes you wonder how she feels about her costume in the Ghost in the Shell film. Christian Bale in Batman. He's Batman. Who wouldn't want to be Batman? Maybe someone who wants to go to the bathroom without help. That's who. When Ben Affleck took over the role of the Dark Knight, Christian Bale had a simple piece of advice for him. Don't pee in the batsuit. Apparently the costume is difficult to get on and off, and any trip to the bathroom requires a bit of assistance. Emma Watson in Harry Potter. For all the love that Harry Potter inspires in fans, there's one element that divides them. Hermione's hair. In the books, she's described as disheveled and a bit frumpy. In the movies, Emma Watson is anything but. There may be a reason her hair looks normal through the films though, and the reason is that Emma Watson hated Hermione's hair. She complained about it on multiple occasions. Watson's work as a role model for young women has since continued, with her refusing to wear a corset in the live-action Beauty and the Beast film. According to Watson, she wanted to be an active princess, and the corset would just get in the way of that. Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie is everyone's favorite nerd right now, but she took issue with the Harley Quinn costume that she had to wear in Suicide Squad. Even though she understands the importance of the character's outfit, it still made her a bit self-conscious. The super tight t-shirt and super short shorts would make anyone self-conscious, but it's exacerbated by the fact that she has to function in between takes while wearing soaking wet clothing. Our favorite actors and actresses suffer through a lot to better play their parts, and we thank them for it. If you enjoyed this video, share your thoughts with us below. Don't forget to subscribe to CBR for all your movie, comic book, and geek culture needs.